Hemodynamic disorders are the amazing concept of the pathology to look upon. These are the most common hemodynamic disorder to learn. They are hyperemia, congestion, hemorrhage, thrombosis, embolism, infarction, edema, and shock. In this video, I will teach you about the hyperemia and congestion. Hyperemia and congestion simply means increase in the blood volume within a tissue, but they both have different mechanisms. Hyperemia is an active process resulting from increased arterial blood inflow due to the arterial dilatation, whereas congestion is the passive process resulting from impaired or obstructed venous outflow from a tissue. In simple words, increased blood flow in the particular tissue or area can occur in two ways. In first way, as you can see on the picture, too much blood being brought by the arteries due to the dilatation of the arteries and arterioles. In second way, too little blood being drained out by the veins due to the obstructed venous outflow. Exactly as shown in the picture. Hyperemia is of two types, active hyperemia and passive hyperemia. Here, active hyperemia means increased volume of blood in the arterial origin, whereas passive hyperemia results from obstruction or interference in the venous drainage. And you will surprised to know that passive hyperemia is also known as passive congestion or simply congestion. So remember, we can use the term hyperemia and active hyperemia interchangeably because they both are same, but congestion means passive hyperemia. In hyperemia, tissue are redder than the normal because of engorgement with the oxygenated blood. Hyperemia can be physiological or pathological. Physiological hyperemia occur when you flex your muscle during the exercise and in stomach and intestine after a meal, while pathological hyperemia occur in the first stage or acute stage of inflammation. Whereas in congestion or passive hyperemia, tissue appear bluish or cyanotic due to the accumulation of deoxygenated blood. Congestion occur systemically as a cardiac failure or locally as an obstructed venous return. In systemically congestion, the right-sided heart failure result into the ascites, that is the accumulation of the fluid in the peritoneum, while left-sided heart failure result into the pulmonary edema, that is the accumulation of fluid in the lungs.